And welcome inside the den at Henry M. Jackson High School. Amp Harrell here with you. As the starting lineup's being announced, it's senior night for Jackson High, but the starters for Lake Stevens being introduced. And got your starters for Lake: Gladko, Corregillo, Lindblom, Ojeda, Scrivens, Turner, and Clausen. Oh, actually, they may have gone through the reserves as well, so I may have completely goofed up. But either way, big matchup here. Last regular season Westco game for Lake and Jackson, and a lot on the line as we roll into the postseason. Jackson, of course, playing for pride on senior night, and Lake Stevens trying to complete a perfect district or perfect league run here as they get set for the big Westco Kingco playoffs starting up, I believe, this weekend.
Would that be division?
Yes, it'll be the
perfect division.
Yes, perfect division, perfect conference, perfect whatever you want to call it. Perfect run. And Jackson, again, playing with a lot of pride. They've won 4 of their last 7, and they're riding a 1-game win streak with a 3-2 win over Kamiak. And they'll get to the starters here in just a moment.
What if we were inside the Lake Stevens gym? What would you call that? That's not a den or a cave. Would it be like a sailing ship?
See, I think they just call it Lake Stevens High School Gym, which bothers me because they need to have the special names.
Right.
But,
inside the ship. I don't know. Maybe because it would be.
I'd say
we could take it upon ourselves to help
inside the horn.
Promote something. Inside the what?
The horn. You know, like they blow the horn. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly. Yeah. So the next.
That'd be a little sidetrack there.
No worries. The next matchups as we get set for this one. I know I don't like to look ahead too far, but Jackson more than likely will draw matchup number 2 on Saturday the 4th. They will play against the number 6 team out of Kingco. Lake will take on the loser of Kamiak and the number 7 team out of Kingco on the weekend. So getting set for playoff action, but we got to finish things off with a big varsity matchup to end the run here, to end the season for Jackson and Lake Stevens. We are presented, of course, by our great friends at Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. And I believe it's time to step aside for a moment. And when we come back, time to get this thing started on STSPN.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Back here on STSPN. Sorry, had a little wire cross there. Couldn't hear myself.
Well, don't forget the dust. Every
it.
once in a while, there's dust.
I was going to say, it's just unusual for me to not be able to hear myself, or frankly, for anyone to not be able to hear me, for that matter. But
well, we get more viewers that way.
just hit the mute button. Yeah. It's even better with the sound turned off. No, that's not true. That is not true. So
turn up the FM radio.
Tune us in stereophonic sound and 4K picture tonight.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, Lake Stevens to your left as you view in the purple, libero in the white. That would be Kelly getting the start at the libero spot. Scrivens and looks like Strom getting the start. Dug by Kelly, and we are underway. Popped up Yoko. Then she'll try and return it. Blocked at the net. Good turnaround by Strom. And I think Gonzalez was in the area as well. Jackson will receive this serve in the all-black uniforms with the gray numbers, white trim, and green accents. I do not see the libero out there, which is an unusual way to start. Yoko with the fade to tie this thing up. In comes Kate Johnson, replacing Yoko.
14, Kate Johnson.
Johnson comes in to serve. Jackson, RPI 23 under Coach Stoudinger. Coach Hoagland has Lake coming in 7-0 in league, 12-4 overall with an RPI of a sterling 10. Nice kill. Excellent dig. Turnaround by Caitlin Eichert. Jackson will handle. Tipped up. There's a set fake.
That was slick.
Yeah, Caitlin Eichert got it across. Dug by the midline. Gonzalez. What a thunderous punch. Laura Eichert take care of business there.
Protect the gear. I almost had to jump up.
Yeah, if I had jumped up, I would have taken out more gear than I saved because I would have hooked the side of the equipment over here, side of the table. Strom with a serve. And that one out. Point Lake. Lake Stevens has won 9 of their last 10. Coming in with lots of momentum and trying to complete that perfect run through Wesco 4A. Side out. Jackson will take the point in the serve.
Serving next for the Timberwolves, number 2, Ravenna Coleman.
Ravenna Coleman will drift back to serve. Number 2. Sort of a piecemeal service set. 3-2-1. Tip at the net. Handled by the T-Wolves. And rocketed too strong off the hand of Salim. Salim, Sherwood, and Red up front as Lake Stevens will sub. Eastwood up there as well. Coleman toward the back line. She'll get a piece of that.
That might have been out if they would have left it.
Nice dig. Set coming back in, and the libero Kelly will clear that one across anyway. Gets a piece of it, and nothing Scrivens could do. 1-point game. JV squads played down to the wire in the prior game. It was a 26-24 win for Lake in JV, so these squads can play tight. Lake will wait with a 2-4 formation, or perhaps a 1-1-4. A lot on the
the up rep is
line.
talking to the crowd.
Missed that. Back line dug by Kelly with a little flare. And double hit.
Point,
Up
Jackson.
ref called that one off quickly, and we are tied at 4-4. For those new to the game, first to 25, win by 2, and it's a best 3 out of 5. Rocket it up. What a return! Oh, baby! Point for Jackson off a blistering dig that pinned Kelly right to the sideline. That's one of those where great offense blows up right in your face. Out.
Side out, Lake Stevens.
Lake just needing to calm down a bit here on the road. It's good for the T-Wolves to hang tough here early. Laura Eichert will bomb this one in. Set, spike, point. Eastwood getting involved, making a statement. Worden will drift back to serve.
Side out, Jackson. Serving next, number 6.
Yoko back in, replacing Kate Johnson. Ava Worden. Jump serve. Dug by Kelly. Bombed over Scrivens. Coming right back. Yoko. Scrivens got some paws on it, and they'll drop it right in the piggy bank. Right over Worden. Point. Lake. Out goes McIntosh.
7.
In comes Caitlin Eichert. Caitlin and Laura Eichert in the middle. That one misplayed. Now that's an ace off of Ravenna Coleman. Coleman and Yoko, along with Eastwood, London Red. That one dug out of the middle. Too much mustard on that one. Out. And Jackson will take the point. Sub will check in. That's Swander.
Into the Jackson lineup and serving next.
And she will come in to serve. Amp Harrell here with you, joined, of course, by Todd Elvig. Todd with the wisdom of the adjustments in the second and third sets. We'll see if that comes into play a little later on. Lake
We'll see. I don't usually know anything about.
Yeah, Lake made a few too many adjustments. They got themselves tied up there. Sometimes you fake and it works. Sometimes you fake and you fake yourself out. I think that's what happened to Lake right there.
Sometimes you feel.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't.
Wow. Nice rejection. Good play, Kelly, to save it. Jackson has a chance. Rejected. At the net, Turner. Mia Turner, the 6-footer, got a paw on that, and she'll take a seat.
Serving for the Vikings, number 11.
Gonzalez, the sophomore, 5'9". Olivia Gonzalez will handle the serve. And that one drops a little bit low. Jackson takes the point. 9-8. T-Wolves with the lead here.
The Timberwolves return to the top of their rotation. Serving next, number 1, Addison Eastwood.
Addison Eastwood drops that one in. Handcuffed Swander there. Yoko will drop that one short. 9-all.
Serving next for the Vikings, number 10,
And
Jason Scriven.
Scrivens will key this one in for Lake. Bomb to the middle. Flicked to the near corner. That's a nice piece of work. Ravenna Coleman with the kill. 10-9.
Serving next for Jackson.
And back to serve Kate Johnson. Feathers that one in there, Gonzalez. Whoa! Filth from Laura Eichert. Ties this game at 10.
I wasn't getting anything in the way of that one.
Nope. That one had a word written all over it. That word was pain. Back to serve Strom. Even matchup in the early going here. Sort of a measured drop shot, dug out well. Tipped up. Good hustle McIntosh, and she'll get this one across. Jackson with a chance to set. Rejected in the middle. McIntosh. Claire McIntosh uses all 6 feet. Sends that one back from whence it came. All of these folks out here playing for the shirt, putting in the work. That shirt, of course, being the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game honor. We'll get to that in postgame. Tipped at the net, the no look. Nice finish, Caitlin Eichert. Offhand right, drifting to her left, and just spun that one home. Sometimes it's not about how much velo is on the pitch. It's location and deception as well. Story of my life. Set. Spike. Nice dig, but it gets into the stands, or rather into the bench. Sherwood with the kill. Scrivens couldn't handle it. Strom out, the libero Kelly back in. Ravenna Coleman taking care of business here. For the net, nice set. Ooh! Blistered and a side out. I think they're going to say it went out off a Worden. Good location, and you can't just let that one go by. Turner in, Gonzalez out for Lake. Caitlin Eichert with a 2-point lead and a little soft jump serve. Worden punched it back across. That's in. That is in, and it's a point. Placement. It's like a billiards trick shot once again. Out goes Sherwood. Taylor Johnson into the game. She'll smack that one home. Little too low on the trajectory from Laura Eichert. And Jackson will, just like that, tie this thing up at 13. Jackson certainly playing like a team with a lot on the line on senior night, and a team that's won 4 of their last 7. Lake, on the other hand, perfection in jeopardy at the moment. In between, dug out to Kelly, and then sent right back across, backline play. They're getting out of their rotation a bit, and that one just clobbered point Jackson, or excuse me, point Lake. My bad. Yeah, that was a little bit weird because they had the digs coming from the setters, which meant the libero had to try and set things, and just bad things happening to good people. Tipped up. Weird offline set. Tip drill. They'll keep their composure for Jackson. Dug out Kelly. Don't run over the libero. Oh, that one took a funny hop. Punched off of Eastwood's fist. Down for a point, and Lake's back in front by 2 again. Eichert to key it in for the Vikings. Laura Eichert. Big thunderous jump serve. Deadened well. Right back across. Good rotation. Back into your kitchen. Scrivens. Right back the other way. Maybe a misplay, and that'll be 4 hits, and it's a point for the T-Wolves. Sometimes it's not about being flashy. It's just about being effective and putting it in play.
For me, it would be just like being able to see it.
Yeah, that too. Track it down. Make a play. Kate Johnson checks out. Eva Worden will serve for Jackson. A little bit too much on that one. Told my boss actually that I was going to do I couldn't hang out after work because I had volleyball, and he was like, "Well, do they let you serve?" We spent probably 5 minutes before I had to explain. No, I broadcast it. I don't think they want me on a court. Good play at the net. 2 series in a row there. Lift it up. Look out. Good job to save the kid over there. And Jackson takes the point. Excuse me, Lake took the point that time. They said side out Jackson, and it's throwing me off. No, Jackson did take the point there. Cut this lead to 1. Swander with the serve. Got to get it back across Scrivens. Yoko. Nope. Dug out and lifted. And blistered to the back line. Too long. Point Jackson. And the T-Wolves have tied it again. Swander to serve. Swander with Taylor Johnson and Worden in front. Scrivens rejected. She'll set it. Turner. Back to Johnson. Eastwood. Yoko. Dug by Kelly. Body's flying everywhere. That one just blistered. A violation against Lake. Gives the point and the lead to the Jackson Timberwolves.
What is that? That's some kind of an illegal touch?
I believe it's some form of illegal touch. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. At least it wasn't an illegal formation. Taylor Johnson to the net. Yoko in between. Hit it where they ain't. And it's a 2-point lead for the senior night Jackson Timberwolves. Swander on a bit of a roll here. And a timeout taken by Hogland and the Lake Stevens Vikings. We'll take it as well. 18-16 Jackson on STSPN.
Jackson from the line.
Back here on STSPN at the Den at Henry M. Jackson High. Amp Harrell, Todd Elvig, all the folks pushing the buttons back in the truck, keeping us on the air. It's senior night for Jackson. Lake Stevens on the road, trying to complete a perfect season in Wesco 4A. And right now, they're trailing by 2 at the T-Wolves. Whistle. And side out. Lake gets the point. Cuts this lead cuts it in half.
Yeah, cuts it in half.
It was a 2-point lead. Tennessee math for you. Gonzalez back to serve. I think Strom in front. Nope, that's Laura Eichert in front of her. Dug out. Yoko rises. Rejected. But it's rejected out of bounds. It's all about where it lands, and Jackson gets the point. Out goes Taylor Johnson. Addison Eastwood back at the top of this service rotation. Jump serve, floats it back third, we'll say. Swander couldn't corral it in play. Lake gets the point. Vikings in chase mode here, down a point. You got a lead by 2 and hit 25. Scrivens to take care of business here, the junior. Handled by Worden. Far side Yoko. Scrivens pops that one up. Oh, dropped up and over. Kelly to Laura Eichert, and they find the soft spot in the zone. 19 all. Scrivens to do it again. That one a little low.
Jackson.
So Jackson will take the point and the lead, and Kate Johnson will check back in, replacing Yoko.
14, Kate Johnson.
Johnson, Swander, Eastwood. Up front is Coleman, along with Sherwood and a player to be named later. That one drops in.
That was tricky.
Yes, it was. Worden, I think, the missing player. 20 all. Lake takes care of business with what I'm going to generously call an ace. First to 25, win by 2. Punched up in the middle. There's a nice set and just spun right across. But it's a double hit, and Lake Stevens will take the point. Looked good from where I was.
Wow.
Quick whistle on the double hit. Strom to key it in. Clobbers that one just a touch low. We stay square at 21. Best 2 out of 3.
Serving next for the Timberwolves, number 2, Rustin.
As checking out is Strom for Lake. Coleman to serve this time for Jackson. Johnson in front of her. Bunched up, flared up Eichert. Rocketed over, dug out Coleman. Little spin touch, double hit again. I don't know what it is that I'm not seeing and that half this crowd isn't seeing, but the officials are whistling it quickly. I think that's back-to-back double hits against the T-Wolves. Set, spike, dug well by Caitlin Eichert. Laura Eichert bombs it across. Handled by Jackson. Oh! Pure filth. McIntosh with some help from Laura Eichert. And it's 23-21. Lake 2 points away from taking the opening set here. Jackson will, of course, have plenty to say about that. Feathered up and over by Caitlin Eichert. Rocketed. They hit the support over there, our antenna, but no call. I thought that would be a foul for being in the net. Bombed right across. Hello, Laura Eichert, and it's set point. And there's a timeout for Jackson. 24-21. Jackson trails here on STSPN.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. I am the beast.
Back here on STSPN, presented by Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing in our community. Set point for Lake Stevens on the road here at Jackson. Lake with a 10 RPI, 12-4 record overall. They're trying to get on the board first here. They'll bomb this one through. It olays past Coleman. Spun back across. Lake comes out of that timeout pretty composed, but that should have been a fourth hit. It was not. I missed something there, but we will play on. Set.
I'm not sure you're counting.
Rejected, but Lake will still hang on there. Shoveled over, played at the corner. That would have been a close play, but Scrivens couldn't let it go. Jackson will take the point and take away the serve. 24-22, still set point. Handled by Scrivens. Rocket a little too long by Turner. And now it's 24-23. Be careful, country, if you're the Vikings. Taylor Johnson to key this one in. One more Timberwolf point, and it stops being set point. Punched back across Turner. Set at the net. Whistle. And they're going to call a violation against the Vikings. And now it's 24-all. And they have taken set point away. First to 25, but you got to win by 2, and it's 24-all. Taylor bombs that one in. Dugout Kelly. Rise and strike and drop it right on in. Laura Eichert with authority. She's 6 foot and only a sophomore. I have to deal with her for 2 more years if you're Wesco 4A. Set point again, and she'll drift back to serve to ice the opening set. Shoveled up front, lifted. Clobbered up by Scrivens. Right back. Jackson will try this one again. In the middle, just out of reach of Kelly on all fours, and we're square at 25. Timberwolf pride for Henry M. Jackson High. Worden out, replaced by Sevilla. And Sevilla will come off the bench to serve. Riley Sevilla, 5'5", setter and a junior on senior night. Elevates that one. Kelly handles, tips up and across. Yoko bombs that one in. Kelly handles again. Flipped it across. Point. Lake. Set point again for Lake. Vikings just trying to finish this off and move on to set 2. Meanwhile, Jackson wants every point possible on their home floor on senior night. Kelly skies this one in. Olay. I think that went off of Sevilla and into the stands, and that will do it for the first set. Lake Stevens takes it 27-25. We'll step aside for a break. Set 2 when we return on STSPN.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and you know that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
This is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Back here on STSPN from Henry M. Jackson High School, it's STSPN's Wesco volleyball coverage 4A style. Lake Stevens trying to stay perfect in Wesco 4A. Meanwhile, Jackson trying to take the big win 2 in a row, and get the win on senior night. Trying to set things up for the postseason. Looks like this weekend, looks like on Saturday, it'll be Jackson against the number 6 team in Kingco. And Lake Stevens will play the winner of Kamiak and Kinko's number 5 team. We won't know who that is until a little later on in the week because they're having their own sort of double-decker Wesco tournament. And that would be a service ace.
Somebody was trying to explain to me the Kansas City deal that went on with Jackson, Kamiak, and Mariner this weekend, but I didn't quite get it.
Another ace. Yeah, there's a lot of tie breaks and things like that, and win and advance and all that kind of stuff. And I just basically show up where they tell me. That's the simplest way for me.
Which it looks like Lake Stevens this weekend.
Clobbered and blocked. The force of worlds over there. Sherwood with the block, and Jackson makes it 4-0. Talking about confusing tie breaks and things like that, trying to figure out who both of these teams will face this weekend is a little difficult. Flipped up, blocked right back at Turner. Clobbered back in. Nice elevation in the middle. Coleman builds a wall, and it's 5-0.
Now, I don't think there was a 5-0 lead in the first set at all.
I believe you're correct. I don't think it was ever that far. Jackson is coming out like a house of fire here. Rejected again? That time it was Laura Eichert's attempt that was denied. But looking at the two divisions of of Kingco 4A, North Creek is undefeated at 13-0.
Really?
Meanwhile, and that's in league, but it's Kingco on Kingco violence. North Creek is 13-0, Bothell is 6-7, and then it's Woodinville and Redmond 3-10 in that division. So the halves and everyone else. Meanwhile, in the other division, Skyline's 11-2, Eastlake and Mount Si 9-4, and then Issaquah 6-7. Newport is 5-8, so nothing decided there. That one out, and Lake will finally bust this up. 6-2 as they take possession here. I thought that was 6-1, but I was kind of looking at other sheets of paper and other articles. So bomb to the middle of the back line. Rise and strike for Sherwood. Handled by Kelly and then punched back across. Eastwood the set. The spike rejected. Left side over there. Scrivens and McIntosh getting in on the action. It's 6-3 now. Lake taking the momentum away. They were down 5-0. Keep that in mind. 3-1 run right now. Gonzalez with a little flare. That one dug out and over, point for the visitors. Yeah, the team to watch out for out of Kingco for sure. You want to stay clear of the North Creek Jaguars because El Jefe is apparently mean this season.
El Jefe?
Yeah, that's the nickname for their Jaguar mascot, apparently. The things you learn. Dug out in the middle, Eichert. Rise by Laura Eichert. That one skipped. Punched over Yoko. Lobbered back across. Scriven says, have some. 5-1 run by the Vikings. In fact, if Lake ties this thing up, I would not be surprised if Coach Stoudinger winds up calling a timeout here. Gonzalez at the ready.
I don't know if I'd interrupt the run.
No, I meant for Jackson. That one dropped up and in, and Jackson will drop the run there. No need for that timeout. Yoko will check out, replaced with a returning Kate Johnson. 7-5. Kate to handle the service here. Lake took the opening set 27-25. Took a little extra. Whoa! Wowzers! Just punished by Scrivens over there. Off the hand of Eastwood and back into play. Like if you played the old NBA arcade games, when you get on fire, the ball winds up with flames trailing behind it. That's what some of these serves seem like. Side out, though. Sometimes the best play you can make is the one you don't. Ravenna Coleman, junior on senior night.
I could see the trainer over there. You see her sitting at the desk back there in the white. She's working on her needlepoint. Over here to your right.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I see, yes. At the ready. Clobbered in and right back out. That ball found Kate Johnson, and she had this bashful look on her face like, oops. Yeah, she didn't seek that one out. It found her hand and then went right into the front row of stands. 8-7. Lake still trails here, and that one just skips up and over. Oops, I found it. Rejected. Right back again. Salim playing well on that right side. Punched back. Kate Johnson saves it. Punched a little bit long. Oh, they're going to say it was touched. They're going to say it was touched and give credit to Sherwood on that point to keep this thing from being a tied game. Pretty decent.
We're not running replay tonight, but that would have been a good one.
That really would have been a good one. Sherwood was pleading her case. She saw something I didn't. Smacked up and over Vladko. A little bit of mustard on that one. Katya Vladko, a sophomore at 5'7", playing up from JV. Kara White out tonight for Lake Stevens varsity. Side out Lake that time. As after the first set, kind of got a little bit down in the mud. It got a little bit slow. This thing is just coming at you hot and heavy. Scrivens bombs this one in. That one to the net, tipped up. And they're going to say double hit, I believe there, or a lift. But that was one where the initial dig just went almost over the net.
Well, the ball was doing a little bit of ping pong right there in front of the net.
Too long. Point for the Jackson Timberwolves. 11-9. Jackson has still maintained this lead. This is just hold on for dear life right now for the T-Wolves. Riley Sevilla will check in. Also a junior. Recognize all the seniors a little later on in this one. They recognize the seniors for both sides before we got underway here. Dug out Kelly to the net. And just blistered right off of Sevilla again. Turner with some punishment for that volleyball. Sevilla will check out, and back in goes Worden.
Sorry, next.
Got to check the number. I believe that's Vladko again. And that's an ace. That is an ace for Vladko. Or is that Lindblom? Yep. Vladko with the ace ties this game at 11. And she'll lift this one up. Saved back into play. Yoko drops it in the bank. Good placement by Sakura Yoko.
Jackson.
Excellent work by number 4. Out goes Red, in goes Swander. Swander at 5'4", and she is a freshman. Punched right back, popped up in the air, got to do something with it, and they would call the double hit.
Jackson.
Point for the T-Wolves, 2-point lead again for Jackson, as the freshman Swander will get this one ready. Oh, the no-look again by Eichert. Point. Can't see the signal there, but a point for Jackson. 13-11 your score. Opening set went Lake Stevens' way the long way round, 27-25. Swander. There's the set, and then punched back across. Nice dig by the T-Wolves. And that one fell just short. Lake Stevens gets the side out and the point. 14-12, back to a 2-point game again.
She reached up to tap that over, but then she just kind of missed it.
And misplayed at the net, and that's a tough place to run out of real estate. Good rejection there at the net by McIntosh and Laura Eichert again.
McIntosh and Eichert sounds like a law firm, maybe.
And they are denying cases at the net. Popped up by Swander, and they had to just wait on it. Sent across Eichert. Eichert to Eichert, basically. Clobbered up, and they're going to say that one was touched out in front of Yoko, and it's a point for Lake, and they've tied this thing up again at 14. No quit on that Viking ship. Bombed up and over. That's an ace. That's an ace. Swander could not handle it. 15-14. I think that's the first lead of the second set for Lake Stevens.
It is.
Yoko and Coleman. I think Eastwood over there as well. Swander. Flip to the back line and just a weak punch by a falling Scrivens. Jackson will tie it up again.
Serving next for the Timberwolves, number 1.
Checking out Taylor Johnson. Addison Eastwood will serve. Into the game goes Sherwood. Eastwood sends that one long. Point Lake. Yoko will rotate to the front of the net. I thought somebody checked out. They did not.
Serving for the Vikings.
Subs for the Vikes. Gonzalez will come in to serve. 1 point lead for Lake. Second set. Dugout Worden. Offhand flick. Scrivens. Corner pocket. And Lake takes a 2-point lead. Broadcast brought to you by, of course, Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing in our community. You picked out your Halloween costume yet, Haas?
I'm wearing it.
Ah, scary mask. Oh, wait. Contact at the net. Double hit. Jackson pleading its case, but Lake gets a 3-point lead off of that. And that will allow Gonzalez to send
I like
this
the
one across.
up-rep. Very decisive.
Yeah, no hesitation, no waffling. Set, spike, long. And it's starting to get away from Jackson again. They came out rocket hot with a 5-0 lead. And there's the timeout. I was wondering if that was going to happen. Coach Stoudinger calls the timeout. 4-point lead for the visitors on STSPN.
I heard a crack and there's water everywhere and...
Bend the knee to spot the leak.
Didn't think I'd find you there, huh?
So, can you fix it? Oh, thank goodness.
You're all set. Have a good day.
Back to it from Jackson out of Coach Staudinger's timeout. 19-15. The visitors from Jackson have the lead. They came out slow in that second set, or you could argue that Jackson came out fired up after dropping the first set 27-25. But Lake Stevens has come roaring right back. That one roared a little too much. Worden watched it go, and Jackson will take the point and the serve away.
That was because you said something.
Yeah, it's the broadcasters, Jinx. You gotta keep it fair and balanced. Johnson, little hesitation there, and it results in a near perfect serve. Coming back across, that one out. Point Jackson.
Point Jackson.
That one just sort of didn't come out of the hand the right way. You could tell Johnson just staring at it like, what do I do with this? I guess I hit it. It worked out in the end. Doug. And then blistered to the sideline. Out. Point Jackson. Everything about that was perfect except for where it landed.
I guess it needs to land inside the line. Is that what you're saying?
That's generally the rule. Generally speaking. If you can get someone to hit it when it's going out of bounds, though, May the odds forever be in your favor.
Side out, Lake Stevens.
Side out Lake as they let that one land out of bounds. Outside of bounds? I guess it works.
Serving next.
20-18. Lake with the lead. Kelly, the libero, to serve. That one dug across the net. Kelly sets it, punched up and over. Ole! That one will land out. Point for Lake, 21-18.
I got to see if that announcer has extra dates. Could add him to our list.
Oh, have him as an additional voice for our broadcast?
Yeah. He's got some pretty good chords there.
Pretty good chords, pretty good chops as well. Thundered into the net. Points for Jackson. Great atmosphere at Henry M. Jackson High. And almost as important, plenty of parking. Ravenna Coleman to key it in. That's one of those things that it's a joke unless you're trying to find the parking. You know, downtown Snohomish, great atmosphere. Terrible parking situation. Thundered to the scorer's table and down. Point Lake.
Side out, Lake Stevens.
Good setup as well. Everett. Everett, one of my favorite players.
I've kind of carved out for bringing the truck in and having our own little
commemorative parking space. Oh, and they're going to call a violation. They're going to call a violation there. I think you're right. Because that one was...
I don't think you could hit it before they hit it or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was.
Chime in on the chat if you know what that was.
But yeah, I think interference is probably the best way to describe that. Lake was already celebrating. That one will skip into the supports up there. It was dug, but not dug back into play. Lake will get the point. 23-20 your score.
Serving for the Vikings, number 10.
Vikings will go with Scrivens as checking out Gonzalez. A bunch up at the net. There's the set, and the spike had a little too much hot sauce on it. I think that was Worden trying to will her team back here.
Set point.
Set point, 24-20. Lake to take a 2-0 lead. The dig floats to the net, back across, rocketed up and then down, and that will be Vikings win, 25-20. We'll step aside for a break. Third set upcoming on STSPN.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race.
Look at this.
To the 4 a.m. starts, training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. Cue rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best. Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
It's the things you don't hear, folks. Keeping that FCC. Oh, wait, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Welcome back here on the.
Well, I didn't share it.
On the STSPN broadcast. As I didn't even write down the score, but it was 25-20 in the second set. Lake Stevens got the win. That one clobbered across by Lindblom, fresh into the game. But again, just sometimes it's the things you don't hear that make the most difference. Just punished across. Almost had some collateral damage there. I'm going to guess that Gonzalez smacked that one. It looked like it came from Laura Eichert, but either way, it bounced off of and inside our far antenna over there and dropped in for the opening point. Sometimes neither ball nor rim will lie, as the basketball fans say, as the return serve evens the score.
Number 14, Kate Johnson.
Stark into the game for Jackson. I've also got Swander and Eastwood. Kate Johnson.
Now, did you mention that we're going to give away a parent shirt today?
I did not, but you just did. Gonna honor the player of the game, presented by Adrenaline Fundraising, as that one just barely skips in for Lake Stevens. And the parent shirt, and is that
That's
also
us tonight, but coming up this fall is going to be a company called Grit that is sponsoring that shirt.
Because it does take a lot of grit to be a parent of an athlete, as you would know better than me. I am neither a parent nor an athlete.
That and a Costco membership.
Good return in the middle. Coleman with an assist by Stark to send that back from whence it came.
I thought you were giving me a good return on that.
Well, that too. It is a good return on that Warehouse Club membership. I was telling somebody back in Tennessee, I was like, dude, it's worth it just for the gas savings alone. Then I proceeded to send screenshots of my receipts for the delivery. Punched up and over. Nice look. Nice look there. Fading away, Laura Eichert skips it off the top of the net. And it's 3-2 Lake. Into the game, Ojeda.
Number 9, Isabel Ojeda.
Isabel Ojeda playing up, a sophomore. And Ojeda will drop that one up and in, dug by Stark. Clobbered, rejected. Hello! Good combo over there of Scrivens and Strom. Ojeda will serve again. To meet your seniors, first for Lake Stevens, Caitlin Eichert, wears number 2. And Elise Kelly wears 47. Also Lindsay Lindblom in number 7. So the seniors are out there. Actually, one exception. Caitlin Eichert is not out there, but 2 of the 3 seniors for Lake up there. Nice play at the net, rejected.
They got it
right up and over. They're gonna say 4 hits. I do like the sliding play, offhand flip by Kelly to rattle it home, but the basket does not count. Jackson with 6 seniors, by the way. 4-all in this third set. Punched up and over. The sheepish grin from Laura Eichert. Did I do that? Seniors for Jackson. Number 5, Ellie Stark. Also Ava Worden, number 6. London Red, number 8. Kate Johnson wearing 14 tonight. Taylor Johnson wearing 10. And Yanina Sherwood, who wears number 13. Jackson takes the point, and we're all square at 5.
London Red, that sounds like it could be like a breath mint.
London Red.
You know, have a little cinnamon.
I could see that. Doug from the back line, the senior Kelly. Rocking it over. Hello! Get out of my way. Laura Eichert, along with Cameron Strom, Thunder.
Well, no matter what happens here, I got to tell you, Jackson came to play.
Jackson fought for every point. They're down 27-25, 25-20, so that's 2-0. Careful battle at the net, Point Lake.
That's always nerve-wracking for me because you don't know if there's like an illegal thing or if there's
did somebody
touching the net. I don't know when they can touch the net, when they can't.
Yeah, they're real. As far as I know, they're not really supposed to, but they can kind of brush it on the way down if they're playing one at the top of the net. Ace! Welcome to these proceedings, Strom, Cameron Strom. 8-5. Nice ace. And a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a break. 3-point lead for the visitors on STSPN. STSPN's coverage of Wesco Varsity Volleyball 4A style, presented by Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing.
In 4 bright, colorful,
bright,
4K,
colorful.
bright,
oh, yes.
4K.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah. I was saying 4A, not 4K, but that works too. In brilliant 4K, right into your living room or your rec room or your man cave or even your smartphone.
Correct.
We are everywhere you want to be. Yoko saved it. Clobbered back to Scrivens. And a good job to clear it across by Lindblom in limited action. Stepped up, rejected. In the middle for Lindblom. And a great play for the senior on the other team's senior night. 9-5. Lake Stevens working here on the road. That one out. Missed it a little wide, 9-6. And that will end the broadcaster's joke. Out goes London Red. Back in goes Claire Swander. Swander, the only freshman playing varsity for Jackson. Dug by Scrivens. Tipped up. Jackson got to slow things down a little bit. They're playing over their skis. Good dig. There's the set. Yoko with a spike. Rejected. Rocking it back over. That'll be a point for the T-Wolves. They just stayed with it and stayed with it. 2-point lead, Lake. 2-0 lead overall. Far side dropped up and in with laser precision. Laura Eichert. And subs will check in. Out goes Ojeda. In goes Clausen. Madison Clausen in. She's a junior. Gonzalez will bomb that one across. Set at the net. Good block. Good block on the left side. Lindblom and Clausen deny. 4-point lead, Lake Stevens. Purple and gold trying to stay perfect in Wesco 4A. That one out.
Side out, Jackson.
Side out to the Timberwolves.
Serving next for the Timberwolves, number 1, Addison.
They'll rotate back to the top as Eastwood will serve. Sub checks out for the Wolves. Taylor Johnson. Lifted. Rejected. Nice dig by Scrivens. And they'll shovel it back across Lindblom. Right side. Dug again by Scrivens. Lindblom bounces it again, and she'll find the pine. Placed just inside the green strip on the far side, and a point for Lindblom. She is making the most of her minutes, again, on someone else's senior night. It's like Corregilio checked back in. Tipped up. Gonzalez. I don't think that was Corregilio. I think that was Clausen. Into the net and down. Point Lake. Lake just kind of stayed out of the way of that one. Going to award our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game when this thing is over with. And we'll award a parent
STSPN.
shirt. An STSPN parent shirt, too. Sort of misdirection by Yoko there. Tipped up Clausen, and that drops where nobody is. Lake is just trying to put this thing on ice. Perhaps a little umbrella in the drink. Fruit punch in it, of course.
Trying to line up our photographers for Friday.
14-8. That's an ace. That is excellent placement. Laura Eichert, not a senior, but she is certainly making a case for the shirt. Eichert, a 6-foot outside hitter and just a sophomore. So plenty of chances to get that Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game shirt.
Side out.
And she shows she's human as I praise her. 15-9. Subs will cycle through for the Jackson Timberwolves, including the captain, Ellie Stark. Blistered through to the senior Kelly. She'll shovel that one long. I think Scrivens punched that one long. 5-point lead. First to 25, win by at least 2. If Lake gets set number 3 here, the game is over. Measured drop shot. A thing of beauty from J.C. Scrivens, the junior. 16-10. Elise Kelly, 5'5", libero, and a senior. She's certainly a candidate for player of the game. And she, well, I don't think that was on purpose, but a little disrespect perhaps. You can't see it on the shot, but the ball bounced all the way to the bleachers and knocked off the picture of one of the seniors. That's Yanina Sherwood. And so they will have to take that off of the floor.
Those are nice prints.
Oh, they're very nice prints, but just the ball decided it didn't like Yanina and sent it into the floor. Looks like she's on a D1 scholarship to UNLV for softball. A little zip and zap back and forth here. And punished down to the floor. And that is Yanina Sherwood saying, do that to my picture?
That's right.
I will take this point myself.
I'm not playing around here.
Hang a gold star on that one. Dugout Laura Eichert. Pop back across. Nice dig from the back line. Rising Stark. Dug out again by Kelly. Try it again. Eichert in the middle. Dug again, but floated a little bit off of that dig. Back line from Kate Johnson. 17-12. Lake with the lead. And some subs. Back in is Ojeda.
Serving next for the Vikings, number 9, Isabel Ojeda.
Isabel Ojeda, sophomore playing up off of JV. That one just about took out her own teammate, though.
Side out, Jackson.
17-13.
Serving next for the Timberwolves, number 10.
Well, they're certainly using up all the points.
Hey, you can't take them with you. It's like timeouts. Sub checked in. That's Taylor Johnson, I believe, handling the serve. That one bent up and over and around and off of our antenna. Do not attempt to adjust your set, because if you are, well, God bless you. It's not 1988 anymore.
Serving next for the Vikings, number
18-13. Lake trying to take care of business here. Scrivens bombs it across to the net, shoveled over. Nice play by Lake to get it back. Clobbered by Stark. Sort of blooped up and over. It's offset. Rejected.
Oh, nice. We got a chime in on our question about several things by the Officials Association.
Oh.
Let's see what it says here. It says oops. It says the back row player spiked the ball, taking off from the front of the 10-foot line.
Oh, the 10-foot line. Okay.
And then it says you can only reach over if there's no player there to play the ball. And there's no touching the net. However, touched by hair allowed. Otherwise, no touching of the net.
Thank you to the Officials Association. That was nearly an ace. Instead, Lake is going to drop it right into the cookie jar. That was a thing of beauty in a really weird way, because it skipped up and over the top of the net, was very nearly an ace. They dig it out, and then off some contact, just rocket it inside the far upright. 20-14. Yoko. Pulled back by Strom. Oh, a little softness. Try a little tenderness from Laura Eichert. Eichert trying to lock down the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game honors. 21-14. Lake trying to come away with a perfect Wesco 4A season. I got it, I don't got it. It's a service ace. And there's a timeout for the Timberwolves. 22-14, Lake with the lead on STSPN.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Back here on STSPN out of the Jackson timeout, 22-14. The visitors from Lake Stevens with the lead, trying to complete a perfect season in Wesco 4A. 22-14, they got to get to 25 and win by 2. Oh, nice wall over there. Good work by Eastwood to deny. I think she had some help from London Red. Senior night for the home folks, the Jackson Timberwolves. Claire Swander will serve this one. Oh, uncorked. Fastball outside corner for Laura Eichert. 23-15, 2 away from perfection here. 12-4 on the season, 7-0 in league in Wesco 4A, RPI of 10. As Gonzalez will send that one across. Popped up. Clausen, the set, the drop. I think that was another little flick from Laura Eichert. Lindblom was in the area. And now, set point, match point. A chance at perfection. Gonzalez looking for one more. Not going to get it there.
Side out, Jackson.
Jackson will take the point and take the serve as Addison Eastwood, the junior, try and keep this thing going. Still set point, still match point. Doug, backline Scrivens. Blistered into the corner, and that's your ball game. 25-16. And what a spike, what a kill by Laura Eichert, who is pretty unanimously your player of the game, your adrenaline fundraising player of the game. We'll chat with her, award the shirt, award the STSPN parent shirt, all of that coming up right after some sponsorship words. Again, now 10 of their last 11 for Lake Stevens. They win this one 27-25, 25-20, and 25-16 to take the sweep 3-0. Again, Lake Stevens, perfect on the year, 8-0 in league, 13-4 overall. And again, we'll step aside for a break. Talk to your player of the game after this here on STSPN.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
And back here on STSPN with our adrenaline fundraising player of the game, that being Laura Eichert. Laura, first of all, congratulations on not just a win, but a perfect season in Wesco 4A. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a fun season.
So 8-0, undefeated in the league, and 13-4. Does that sound right overall?
Yeah, something like that.
So tell me about this one. This is a scrappy team on senior night.
Yeah, they were really scrappy. Like, we always know Jackson, they come out really strong and they're really scrappy and they always give us a really good fight. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So what was something going on down there that they were doing that you guys had to adjust to, especially after that first set?
Well, after the first set, they just had a lot more like energy than us, and we had to come out like stronger than them and more scrappy because they were definitely more scrappy than we were in the first set. So kind of had to pick it up and pick up our energy.
So a lot of seniors on their squad, but you have 3 seniors on your squad as well. Tell me a little bit about the play of the seniors, especially in that third set.
So yeah, our seniors do a lot for us. Elise Kelly and Caitlin Eicher and Lindsay. Elise is our libero. She gets a lot of digs, which is really crucial for the hitters. And then Caitlin, she can just push it anywhere, which is really nice for me and the hitters. So
Speaking of hitters, my goodness, you uncorked some. Tell me about your game.
Yeah, I've had to put in a lot of work to be where I am, and I went in the gym this weekend, and I got some rest before the game, and yeah, so I've had to put a lot of work to be where I am. So.
One more question about this, about just sort of the nuts and bolts of this game.
Yeah.
You guys did some different things. You mentioned about Kelly getting the digs, but I noticed a lot of digs coming from like Scrivens, for example,
Yeah.
and then Kelly was playing almost like a second setter. Is that by design, or did something get crossed up a little bit?
So I think, sorry, I'm losing my voice, but just a lot of the balls just end up going to JC. And she's really scrappy in the back row, and she gets a lot of the balls up, which is great. But Elise and I have worked a lot on running out of system back row and like the tempo back row, which has played a big part in our season so far. And it's really great that we can run back row now.
Fair enough. Well, you put in the work, and you get the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game shirt.
you.
So if you want to hold that up and display the logo there, so we can get it up on the TV as well.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Mom in the background gets the proud parent of a student athlete STSPN shirt. So if you guys want to hold up both there, congratulations on a fantastic regular season and a good performance tonight as well.
Thank you.
That is our player of the game, Laura Eichert, and Laura Eichert's mom.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So that'll wrap things up from here. You're good to go. Thank you for that. And again, just a fantastic regular season, fantastic showing tonight. 8-0 in league play, 13-4 overall, and an RPI of 10 that might just rise. They get the win tonight, 27-25, 25-20, 25-16 on the road at a very scrappy, as we just said, Jackson Timberwolves team. Till Friday night football, Friday night lights. That'll wrap it up from Jackson High. For everybody back in the truck, for Todd Elvig, I'm Amp Harrell saying so long from Jackson High.